Okay, so what's your name?
My name is Elias Vincent.
Cool. What's your major and class standing?
I'm a musical theater major, and I'm a sophomore in that program.
Oh, cool. What's been your favorite part of this experience so far?
I think my favorite part of being in Tyrone is it pushing me to do something that is outside of my comfort zone a little bit. With the style of the music and like the rapping and everything, I'm just so used to doing musical theater things, and even though there are some modern things, I've never actually had to do rapping and things like that. So it's been a great experience to branch out and help me grow as an actor.
Cool. What do you think the audience will get out of it?
I think the audience can take a lot from this show, especially since it's from one of the CMU students, Darius Buckley, and it's like his style and his story, and there's it's just so much that you can take from it. The set, the meaning behind the lines and the lyrics and the songs. There's just a lot to take from the show.
Cool. Thank you so much.
Yep.
Okay, so hi. Go ahead and tell me what your name is and what your role is with Tyrone Jenkins.
Well, my name is Darius Buckley, and I'm the director and writer of the show.
Cool, very nice. What inspired you to write this story?
A lot of things. It started in 2009 at my high school. I got this crazy idea of creating a web series based off of like these young high schoolers that get sucked into a comic book world. And it was going to be called The Powers, which we ended up using that name in the show. But the show didn't really pan out because my school wasn't about to. They weren't going to support it. And it was a big idea, and it kind of stayed idle for a minute. So I kind of took the idea and put it in this like row of file cabinets in the back of my brain, and the idea came back up about a few, I guess I would say semesters ago. I took a theater directing course here, and I said to myself I wanted to direct something before I graduated. And I had a meeting with my faculty advisor, Dr. Annette T. And I had an idea for another show I wanted to do. I was not going to do this one just because I was afraid to do it, because I thought, oh no, this is going to be too big. But she convinced me. She's like, you have to do this. So long story short, or long story long, I guess, I started cleaning up some songs that I had written for the show, cleaning up some songs I just written throughout my life about the struggles I've had with maladaptive daydreaming, and pieced them all into the show, wrote the book around the music, and I wrote it because I wanted, sorry, it's probably a piece of calling. I wanted to write a show that I felt appealed to the underdog, the people that don't really get elevated. I didn't want to write a show about the beautiful, leading lady or the handsome, dashing leading man. I wanted to break the stereotype and write a show about people that are disenfranchised, people that struggle, people that deal with mental health issues, people that deal with struggling with sexuality and being accepted, I wanted to write a show for the people that don't get to get that spotlight all the time.
Cool. Let's see. What made you fall in love with theater? Was this like always something that you've done, or was it just something that just sort of came up while you were in college? Or
theater kind of started when I was in middle school. I fell in love with music at a young age. I started singing when I was 4, what I've been told, I don't know. And I started singing in the church choir, and I knew there was something about music that I really liked about singing, because my mother was a singer, my grandmother was a singer.
So what do you want the audience to feel when they see your play? Or what are you hoping that they feel?
I hope that there's a Tyrone out there that is heard, or an Yamir Todrick, and even an Anthony. I hope that people use this show as, I want to use this show as a way to reach out to people in some way. I hope they gain a better understanding of tolerance, a better understanding of accepting other people and accepting themselves. There's a lot of people that struggle with their sexuality, that struggle with, what's going on up here, that just struggle with being a teenager in high school. I mean, we all go through that. So I'm hoping that they can leave with a better understanding of being able to love and accept themselves and others, and also this style of music. I think Hamilton was In the Heights, I guess, was one of the first shows on Broadway to really break out and rapping being done on stage, in a musical format. So I'm hoping that people will see this as a way to make this a thing. I think Hamilton made it even more of a thing, and I'd like to continue to see original pieces of work, not just on Broadway and not just professional theater companies, but high school, playwrights, college playwrights going out and writing shows like this, because this isn't something that we see a lot of at CMU, and I'd like for this to start a trend, I'm hoping, after I leave.
Are you excited for opening night? I mean, this is one of your castmates told me that this was a month in the making, and that seemed like a short amount of time, but you all seemed really prepared up there. So, where are you from originally?
I am from Oak Park, Michigan. I always say Detroit to people because, I don't know, people, depending on where you're from, if you say Oak Park, they're like, who? But no, yeah, I'm from Oak Park, Michigan. It's a suburb on the outskirts of Detroit. I was born in Detroit, and I spent a lot of time in Detroit because I was involved in this really awesome arts organization called Mosaic Youth Theater Detroit, and I was in the Mosaic Singers for 7 years of my life, and it was an amazing experience. So I just call Detroit my home because most of the time with long rehearsals and performances, that's where I spent most of my time.
And earlier you talked about having a background in music and theater. Do you feel like that's sort of guided guided your path into what your life was like at CMU?
Music and theater?
Mm-hmm.
I do. I originally didn't come to CMU with the intentions of doing theater, just because I was a BCA major, and a lot of my family members saw that as a comfortable place for me to be there. Oh, well, you can be a news anchor, that makes money, or a reporter. And I was like, okay. And I kind of convinced myself that, yes, this is like theater, there's lights, and I was like, and then a few years into the major, I was like, this is not theater. I still love broadcasting, I love film, and I love, writing, film and shooting film and all of that, but I knew that theater was really close to my heart. So my second year, I auditioned for Dr. T's show, Hair, and that was my first time doing theater at CMU, and from that point on, I was like, I love this community, I have to do something else. So I took more theater classes, I became friends with people in the program, and then, long story short, this happened. So I do think it was a long time coming, but it took a few years for me to convince myself, BCA is great, I love the broadcasting program, but I have to be involved in theater, that's where my heart is. So.
Do you have any hopes or plans in the future for this play? Do you hope to bring it to Broadway or to the movies one day? Or?
I don't know, maybe. Like I said, it originally started as a web series. I would love to see Tyrone as a Broadway musical. That would be amazing. I'd love to see it as a film or even a web series, a YouTube type of thing. I think if I continue it theatrically, I'd like to extend the story. The only reason the show was so short is because we knew that we weren't going to be able to put together a 2 hour and 30-minute, a full length musical in the time given. So I'd love to extend the show because I feel like there's a lot more in Tyrone's story that needs to be told. So whether that's through film, whether that's through music, or there's a trend now of film becoming musical. So if it starts one way and goes the other, it starts the other way and goes the other. But I would like for this story to continue.
What do you hope to do after you graduate? Do you have any plans or?
That's a bit up in the air. I have a few different plans. I have some family on the West Coast, so I might head out that way, maybe LA. I don't know, I'm thinking about it. Or maybe, and everyone keeps saying you should go to New York. So I don't know, I'm going to pray about it, and wherever the wind blows me, or whether not the wind, wherever the Lord takes me, that's where I'll go. And my mom will probably tag along too, because she wants to. So.
Very cool. Another very important question. Why did you name the play The Dope and Incredibly Fly Adventures of Tyrone Jenkins?
I like that question. I named it that. That was when I was thinking about the show, when the idea of the Powers web series came back to me, and I kind of started formulating it into possibly being a musical, or not even a musical, just like a play if it was a musical. That name just happened, just like the Fly and the Incredibly Dope Adventures originally it was Tyrone Phillips, and I don't know, Jenkins just had more of a, I just like the sound of Jenkins more. So yeah, it's literally a lot of titles and a lot of, whether it's songs I write or shows that I write, will literally, they'll come to me somewhere in the process, or the show will start off with the title. And the cool thing about this show is it started off with the title. I was like, I want to write a comic book show, and somehow that title came up, and I was like, all right. Yeah, so it just kind of popped up there.
Very cool. Well, thank you so much for letting me come in, film. Man, oh man. Okay, what's your name?
My name is Tyler Eisenhart.
Cool. What's your class standing in your major?
I am a freshman, and my major is BCA with a minor of theater.
Cool. So what was your favorite part about this experience?
My favorite part is that it came from one of our own theater students. The fact that he wrote it, directed it, produced it, and put it all together in a month, and we were able to make such a success. I think that's one of my favorite parts of it, is just the concept of the whole play and giving a story to the people that really don't get their story told, and helping others, because like Darius told us when we did the show, he goes, there's gonna be a kid out there that's going through the same thing that we talk about in the play. So talking about those subjects, and especially at CMU, really does help bring out showing that you're not alone, especially in the community. So I think that's my favorite part, is just the story and the concept.
Cool. Thank you.
No problem.
Okay, so what's your name?
My name is Annette Dr. T, as the students know me.
Cool.
So, yeah.
What's been your role with Tyrone Jenkins?
I'm the faculty advisor
cool.
for Darius.
Yeah. What's been your favorite part about the process and this experience so far?
You know, just watching the passion of everybody, seeing it come together. But also, I've been really proud of Darius and how he's grown in this process, how he's taken on, this has been new for him, and how he's taken on the challenges and really excelled. And it's amazing. What he's written is very, it's at a very high level, so I've loved watching that.
Cool. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Okay, so what's your name?
My name's Christian Sanchez.
Cool. What's your class standing in your major?
Oh, I'm a junior, and my major is musical theater.
Cool. What's your role with Tyrone?
I'm the choreographer.
Oh, nice.
So-
What's been your favorite experience so far then?
Well, honestly, so I've just been really impressed by all the actors in the show and how dedicated they've been and committed to learning all the choreography, because I would just, throw a lot of like new concepts out to them really quickly, and they picked up on it really fast. So it's been really nice to work with people who are really like passionate about the show they're doing and passionate about putting on a good show and the vision that Darius has. So it's been really fun. Yeah, and it was also exciting for me to teach people a style of dance that maybe they're not super familiar with, because I consider myself pretty well versed in hip-hop style dance, primarily Vogue and Femology. But yeah, it's been really awesome to be able to share that with other people and help incorporate it into Darius' story.
Cool. Thanks so much.
Yeah.
Okay, what's your name?
My name is Joshua Jones.
Cool. What's your class standing?
I am a third-year junior.
Cool. Are you excited for the play?
Yeah, I'm just hot and sweaty, but I'm super excited.
What have you heard about it so far?
I've heard, my friend is actually in charge of all of this, and I know that one of my closest friends is one of the leads, so super pumped to just like get in there and see what's about to happen. I'm just excited. No.
Cool. Thanks so much.
No problem.
What's your name?
Kara, Riley.
Cool. Nice to meet you. Are you excited for the play?
I am. I'm really excited. I heard Darius talk about it since January, so I'm really excited to see what he came up with, and I think it's gonna be great.
What have you heard about it?
That it's about a guy from Detroit and superheroes, and it should be a lot of fun and blow our minds.
Cool. Thanks so much.
You're welcome.
Okay, so what's your name?
I'm Ryan Warner, and I'm part of the tech crew working the lights.
Nice. Cool. What's been your favorite part of this experience so far?
I think my favorite part of this experience has really just been seeing it all come together, because we had we had all the actors and actresses, they got their lines going, and then the choreography came, and then the tech crew got in and they worked together, and then we just all came together a couple weeks ago, and now we're ready for a show.
Too cool. Thank you so much.
I'm sorry?
Thank you so much.
Yeah, no problem.
So what's your name?
Deshaun Devon Ashby the first. I don't have a kid though.
What's your class standing and major?
I'm a senior. I'm a political science major with a minor in communications.
Nice. What's been your favorite part about this experience so far?
About acting as a whole, or
Just about the entire thing, the rehearsals, the play, the character.
definitely like seeing the amount of talent that people have in transitioning into their characters and being able to play like their roles so wonderfully, only to like see how they are in real life as well. It's very unique experience, especially because I'm not really a theater guy. I'm just here, you know.
Yeah. Who do you play in the play?
I play Anthony. You gotta edit that. I play Anthony in the real world and Anarchy, the main bad guy in the comic book world.
Nice. What do you think the audience is going to get out of the play?
I would hope that the audience would kind of get a look of how it is to grow up in inner city Detroit with certain dreams or aspirations and with certain mental disorders. I think it'll be a good way for people to see like how it really is, rather than, you know, people just always telling you how it is growing up in Detroit without actually being there.
Yeah. Cool beans. Thank you so much.
Yeah, no problem.
Okay, so what's your name?
Danielle Larson.
Who are you playing?
I play Naomi, Nasty Naomi.
Nice. What's your class standing and your major?
I'm a sophomore and my major is public relations.
Nice. Do you feel like this experience has sort of brought you all together as a cast?
Definitely. Like I've known a couple people in the cast, like him included, and oh my God. I've known him for a while, and I've known a couple other people. I wouldn't have met like at least half the cast without this whole fiasco going on. So yeah, would better. So yeah, I definitely think that it's a great project. I got to know a lot of people through here. It's really great.
Cool. What do you think the audience is going to get out of this play?
I don't know. I feel like they're just gonna understand that just like that it's just there's like a whole lot more that goes on at Central other than just like classes and like partying or something. There's theater, there's music, there's everything that goes on, and it just all comes together in such like a beautiful way. So in any way, shape, or form that they get to see that, that's what they're gonna get out of it. So it's gonna be really great.
Cool. Thanks so much.
Yeah, no problem.
All right. So what's your name?
My name is Alexis.
What's your class standing and your major?
I'm a senior and I'm a recreation and event management major.
Nice. Are you excited for opening night?
Yeah, it's gonna be really fun. We're ready. We're excited.
What do you think the audience is going to get from it?
I think they're really gonna like the music. Darius is really talented and wrote most of the pieces, or at least part of some of the pieces. So I think they're gonna be in store for a really fun dancing musical that does have some really serious topics in it, and I think it really works bringing in awareness to those kinds of things.
Cool. Thanks so much.
No problem.